Due to the demonetization of true crime videos on YouTube, I've created a Patreon for those of you who would like to support the channel. The link is in the description below. Get access to ad-free content, early access, and exclusive videos depending on the tier. Thank you so much. Also, we've created a Discord channel for those of you who would like to join the community. Link in the description.
Alright, we are picking up right where we left off. If you haven't seen part 1, click the link in the description or the card in the top. Let's go.
And then I would hug her and let her go. And sleep down to dawn with her. It's the first time she ever taught me.
What she will tell you by you telling her those words, what would be her reaction?
She would cry and tell me that she loved me.
And you the youngest?
Yeah.
You're the baby?
There's 9 years between me and Judy.
So your mama's little girl.
Mm-hmm. And she's my mommy.
Mom will always be mom.
She's not my mom. She's my mommy. She's always been my mommy.
I'm trying to get you guys
There
back
is
together.
I have never, ever wanted to disappoint her or make her unproud of me and I know that on a couple occasions I have disappointed her and it killed me.
If you ever had an opportunity in your life to be able to make up for any wrongdoing or any mistakes, no matter how small the mistakes been to the biggest one, to make things right, how will you do it again? How will you make it up to her? How will you make it up to her?
I would marry my ex-husband.
Let's start with that one, right?
That's the biggest one.
Sorry.
That's the biggest thing. She was very disappointed when I married my ex-husband. And then the substance abuse that I had, she was very disappointed. I know I blamed it on my ex-husband, but I wouldn't do that. Those have been my two biggest regrets in my life, because I know those have been two biggest things that disappointed her. And I wouldn't do it. I would listen to her. When she told me, don't marry him, I wouldn't. And I think my life would have been, I know my life would have been completely different.
Oh, so this is all your ex-husband's fault. Sheesh. Some people really can never own up for the way their life goes. Yes, sometimes life hits on you for no reason. But if you mess up every good opportunity that comes your way, for example, by getting multiple DUIs in a month, Amy, you need to take accountability for that. How else will you learn and grow and become better? Blaming all your downfalls on someone else only shows how little control you have over your own actions and mindset. You hate to see it.
She sounds like she is a very wise woman.
She is.
She also sounds, the way that you describe her, her faith is, she has a lot of faith in God.
She is.
Stuff like she tries to be the best person that she can be.
She's a very Christian woman. She doesn't cuss. She doesn't lie. She's the best woman I know.
But you're wherever place she's at right now.
If I could go back, I would be exactly like her.
But whatever place she's at right now, in Colorado, whatever state or city, nearby us, I bet you she'll be praying for you right now, trying to send God's angels and her blessing, God's blessing, to camp around you.
They're praying for her and sending my prayers to her, begging God.
I think she'll be doing the same thing for you guys too.
Well, I've been praying for her and I've been begging God for you guys to be able to find her, bring her home. Or somebody, not just you, anybody, to please just, God, bring her home. And I've been doing that since yesterday. when I saw that first suitcase, or that blue and black one actually, I should say. As soon as I saw that,
How you felt? What you thought? Tell me.
My gut, my heart sank.
Why? Tell me exactly what you felt, what you thought, what you had in your mind. Tell me.
Because that duffel bag is always on the shelf, top shelf, in the garage on the far wall. And it is not that I knew they were in the attic, and my mother would never put anything in the attic because of the heat. It doesn't matter if she wouldn't put clothes up there, she would give them to Goodwill. Because that's who she is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason her and I have a bag of stuff that's going to Goodwill. But it's, she would never do that. And as soon as I saw that, my heart sank because I knew something was definitely not right. And after that, my mind just kind of zoned out on me for a little bit because I didn't know what emotion to have. There was all of them. I didn't know whether to scream, cry, yell, beg. I didn't know. I just knew it was not good because I know my mom. She would give it to Goodwill so other people could use them for jobs or to start over. She wouldn't put them in the attic. She wouldn't. And she taught me that it's better to help people to start over than to let stuff just rot or let rats eat it. My mother is a wonderful person. And I want her home so bad. She's my best friend.
If you had the information, or let's say some kind of revelation from God, or some kind of psychic powers of knowing where your mom is, will you let me know?
Are you asking me if God told me where my mother was at?
Yes. If God would speak to you in your dream or while you're praying for your mom, will you share that information with me?
Yeah.
If you have any knowledge of where your mom is, will you share that with me too?
Yes.
You will not hold it back?
No.
If somebody will tell you, hey, I believe your mom's over here or over there, or I think I saw her, will you share that with me too?
I would call you, tell you.
Doesn't matter the time.
Doesn't matter the time. This person told me this. I would get their phone number, address, full name. This person told me this. This is their information. Please go talk to them.
This is a weird line of questioning. I'm wondering if he thinks she won't be able to confess directly and might be trying to plant seeds in her mind as to things she could say to make her be able to reveal her mother's location without saying she knows where the body is because she's the one who buried it. It's an interesting idea for sure. I guess you have to try everything, so props to him for going for it. But it's just weird.
I don't care if it would be 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I know you probably wouldn't like that, but I'm sorry.
24/7.
Right
now, can I tell you something? Right now, my goal is from your mom. Okay?
And
my family understands my calling, understands my career.
I know.
And there's sometimes during my career and my time
you have to be taken away from your family.
Where my family is understanding. My family is not selfish that my wife has to see her husband and my kids need to see daddy.
They understand you have to put
understand what I mean?
families.
I gotta put them to the side to put You know, well, now I don't consider you a stranger because we've been talking, we're getting to know each other. Okay?
My dad had to do the same thing.
Exactly. So you went through that.
I understand, yes.
So for us to go out there, pour our life out on risk, take risks, and be able to bring closure and happiness and reunion.
Right.
And a second chance and opportunity for a family to redo their life and be able to reconstruct that life together, or even move on for whatever hiccup or whatever problem they're having. Okay? I understand living with your parent, you being probably the only child, and your parent not having a partner or anything like that, it gets frustrated. Okay? My dad lives with me. Okay? And sometimes I call it, I need some me time. So what do? I need to call my brother. Say, hey bro, I need for you to come over to the house. I don't want to bother your house. I need for you to come to the house. You need to give me a couple hours. I need to breathe. I need to go out of the house with my wife and my 2 kids and be able just to have some family time, one-on-one, and let Dad watch what he loves, Fox News. You understand what I mean?
I do.
And I understand that it's difficult to live sometimes because, from whatever generation they're from, they were raised differently.
Right.
Whatever generation you and me were born at is completely different. You understand what I mean? And now I bet you look at this new generation growing up, you see, I wasn't like that when I was a kid. So that misunderstanding, not understanding why they're being like that, and sometimes personalities, you understand what I mean? Especially when you spend so much time together.
Well, see, that's why I think I'm extremely fortunate because, one, my mother's allergic to cigarette smoke. So
Okay.
I can go out back, she won't come out there if I'm smoking. Or I can say, hey Mom, I need to borrow the car, I'm running over to the beach just for a couple of hours, just for me time. She'd say, here honey, here's the keys. And, and I feel very fortunate about that because her and I are able to do that.
Yeah, me and my dad are able to do that.
So,
You understand what I mean? Me and my dad.
We never got on each other.
I go to basketball games with my dad. I go to soccer games with my dad. I go to baseball games with my dad when there's some spring training here. He loves that. That's his favorite time. That's his favorite sport. You understand what I mean? But there's also that breather time that you need away from each other. Because there's sometimes, remember, it's very different when you live under your own roof and under parents' roof. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they got some rules and regulations that, doesn't make no sense.
Fortunately, my mom didn't. She doesn't. We were mother and daughter, and we lived under the same roof. But when it came to rules, it was, if you're going to be gone all night, just let me know. Mm-hmm. Or if you're going to be, whatever time you're going to be back, let me know. And she was good with that. I mean, it didn't matter. It mm-hmm. was, or if anytime I needed to borrow the car and she wasn't using it, she would say, here, take it for a couple of days. It was more of a roommate type thing because we were best friends, even though we were mother and daughter, but Mom and I were so much alike, we didn't really get on each other's nerves.
Gotcha.
I feel very fortunate to say that. And there's nobody else in this world that will ever be like that. And that's the reason I want her home now. So if God comes to me and tells me where he thinks Mom is, or if somebody tells me something about Mom, I don't care what time it is or what day it is, I will call you with all the information and beg you to please go talk to him. And I don't care. It can sound like the most ridiculous thing in the world. I would still call
you. Have you ever rented cars?
Yes.
Do you do it through the same company all the time?
Enterprise.
Enterprise. When was the last time you rented a car?
I think August.
August? Okay. And what was I going to tell you? And when you rent a car, Who pays for it?
I do.
What do you use a credit card?
There was one time that Mom rented the car, but I gave her the money whenever I got back. But yeah, I pay for it, and I use a credit card, or a couple of times I used a prepaid card, but I stopped doing that only because you have to have, and one time I used my debit card. So, but there was one time that Mom rented a car for me, and I paid her as soon as I got back.
How much was that?
$200.
$200.
Mm-hmm.
How much was the ticket to Ohio?
I would have to have my phone to verify. I think it was like 300 and something.
Okay. And what's through Southwest?
No, it was on Spirit. I'm going up on the Friday and coming back on Monday.
So it's only a weekend thing that you're going to go?
Right, I'm going to check everything out and then come back before I arrange to have everything. And that was one of the reasons for the storage, because I'm not taking everything.
Taking what you need.
I'm just taking what I need. And I just needed something small. And that's the reason I stopped, because they have some really small ones, and I've seen them, but I didn't know they weren't open on Sunday. But since nobody came, I said I'll just deal with it later.
If so, for example, you said you're going to leave Friday, come back Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure everything is settled, everything is good. Try to. When were you planning to actually do the big move? Like actually just go and.
I was going to make that decision once I got up there.
When you're scheduled again to start working over there?
That is whenever I get up there is when they're going to give me my official start date.
Okay.
So
Were you going to meet with your boss when you were going to go up there this weekend?
On Monday.
On Monday.
No, I'm sorry. On Saturday. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. That's the reason we're talking. That way we can clarify things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because originally I was supposed to meet him on Monday, but the flight back I have to leave there at like 7 o'clock, and I get back at like 10 something in the morning. So, and originally the flight didn't leave until later.
Gotcha.
So we bumped the meeting back. So, but I wanted to look at everything, go over everything, and make sure that that was what was going to be best for me. And at this point, unless Mom is staying in that house on Thursday, I don't think I can go. I can't. I can't go until my mother is standing back in that house.
Gotcha. I wouldn't go either, you know what I mean?
You're the first person who's told me that. Everybody, all the other deputies, detectives, my sister has said, go. There's nothing you
Hell no.
Well, what they've told my sister...
I will not go.
My sister's exact words for me is, there is nothing you can do here that you can't do in Ohio.
Still, you got, and this is the way I see it. I don't know if you see it the same way. But this is the way I see it. You got some big decisions to make when you get up there. If you're not completely clear in your mind, 100%, you cannot make those decisions, because those decisions are going to change kind of your life. If you're looking for a new career,
I would be able to
relocate, exactly. You need to concentrate and be completely there. So I don't blame you if you don't want to go.
But she's telling me there's nothing I can do here that I can't do in Ohio. That I'm exactly the same distance apart.
Well,
the other detectives are saying I should go up there because I need to concentrate on work.
That's the reason why I tell you, Amy. You make your own decisions. You forget about everybody else. Amy makes a decision for Amy. And nobody can obligate nobody to do anything that they don't want. If Amy wants to stay, because the situation is going on, and your primary mission right now is to get Mom home,
right?
You stay. You want to stay.
Exactly. And I told Judy, I can't leave. Judy, I told her, I said, Judy, I can't leave not knowing what's going on with Mom. And she goes, yes, you can. You just need to go. And I'm like, how can you say that? It's your mother. And I walked in the house and I'm like, there's no way I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go. Not until my mother is staying in that house. I don't care if work would do me good, I'm not going to be able to concentrate until I know exactly that my mother's in the house, she's okay, and I can reach out and touch her. I can't, I'm not going. That's my decision, and it's in the subject. I don't care what anybody else tells me. That's my feeling, and that's my mom. And you're the first person who's actually agreed with me. Everybody else has told me I'm wrong. And I don't understand how people can say that.
You forget about people. Don't pay attention to what people say. About people's opinions, okay? Just don't pay attention to that. Let me step out. Let me give you some tissues, okay? All right, be right back.
He was like, no, ma'am, you need to stay. Of course, he doesn't want her to leave when they think she has involvement with the disappearance of her mother. Also, you have mentioned this trip non-stop. I don't believe at all that you would not go, because it seemed like that ticket was your big getaway plan.
That's the best I could find. The girls next door, they didn't buy the other nice fancy tissue. You okay?
I just really want to go home.
I got a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
Brilliant. He checks in with her to see how she's doing. She lets him know that she's at that point where she wants to go home. Now he reels her back in with a few more questions. Amy was in the interrogation room for a little over 8 hours. This is only about 3 hours into the interrogation, so she has 5 more to go. If she's mentally ready to go home at this point, I can only imagine what it's going to be like later.
You said, when was the last time you rented a car for Enterprise? When was that?
I think it was in August.
In August? What kind of car was it?
No, I would have to look at my phone. I can look.
Do you remember the color at least?
No.
Was this big, small, 4-door, 2-door, sporty?
Four-door. It may have been silver.
Okay.
Like a sad part about it is I love this car. I would have to look at my phone.
Okay.
It would tell me. I think it was silver.
Remember how much you paid for that?
Not on the top of my head, no.
Okay.
It would tell me on my. I can look and it would tell me.
Whose credit card you used to the one?
Mine.
Yours? Okay.
No, wait a minute. The silver one may have been the one that Mom did, and I did it for 3 days, and that's when I gave her $200. Before that, it was also in August. I paid for that one. I don't know if it was silver or if it was black and silver. Same style car, same exact car, just different colors.
How many credit cards that your mom has?
3.
And which companies are those credit card companies?
GM, which is like Capital One, I believe.
Okay.
Up Promise, and I'm not exactly sure who they're through. And she has one in her name, and I have one in my name. We both do, and we both have the same PIN number on both of them. And then she has her CFE Platinum, and those are the only 3 I know of.
So those accounts that you have, that she has one her name, the other one has your name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the primary account holder?
She is.
She is. So she gives you one with your name on it as like a permission for you to use that one.
Yeah, I can use it, and I pay for what I use. She pays for what she uses. I pay for what I use.
When was the last time you used one of her credit cards to buy anything?
4. Wait a minute. Is this September?
Mm-hmm.
June, July.
When you purchased? You mind me asking?
It was, I used the GM car and it was a rental car.
Fall off of the rental car. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is your mom like into technology and stuff like that? No.
She tries to be, and I try to help her with it.
Okay.
Not very tech savvy, but she tries.
Okay. Does your mom have an email account?
Yes, she has 2.
2? Which ones are those?
She has,
What are the email addresses?
there's Tayhawk10@AOL.com.
I'm sorry. Is it
I'm sorry, TAY
TAY
HAWK
HAWK
10
10
at AOL.com.
AOL.com.
And then for the other one, it's Tayhawk 11
Yeah, one second. Tayhawk 11.
at yahoo.com.
Okay. Yahoo.com. You got access to those email?
That the Yahoo one is on my phone because that's what she sets up for the GM and the up. So it comes to me. I don't have access to her AOL one.
Okay.
But because we share the 2 cards is the reason I have that on my phone. And that way when I get an email, I let her know.
Okay.
But normally when I get an email, because I put a charge. So, but if I didn't, I tell her, hey mom, did you know. But the AOL one, that's her, that's all on her phone.
Okay. What can you tell me about, there's been any recent purchases by your mom that you know of? Because there's some things that I need for you to help me explain and understand, okay?
I know she bought some stuff from Walmart.
Okay, do you know those things that she bought?
I know she bought a full-length mirror, TV.
Okay.
And because of the TV in her TV room is going out, and I think she bought some jewelry.
Okay, how big was the TV that she bought?
She bought a big one. I don't know exactly how big, but I know she was bigger than mine. So.
What credit card she used to pay for that one?
I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to guess Walmart.
Do you remember how much was the whole bill?
No. I didn't ask her.
Did she tell you why she needed those things?
No.
Did she tell you exactly what kind of jewelry she bought?
Other than just, like earrings and necklaces, because she wanted some stuff to wear to go with, church stuff and, different things like that. She was tired of not having, different things to wear. I mean, I can't say anything about that. Everybody deserves to feel pretty.
What will you say if I believe that your mom was not the one that did those purchases? I believe the person that made those purchases was you. Your mom found out that you were making those purchases and she didn't like it.
Why would I make the purchases?
I don't know.
I don't
You have access to the account. You got access to the emails.
I don't have access.
I just don't see a 79-year-old woman buying a 50-inch TV?
I had a 42-inch TV. I don't need a 50-inch TV.
Okay. Understand? And I think she got upset at you.
Those are not my purchases. I don't need the jewelry. I've got plenty of jewelry. I don't need the jewelry. I don't need a 50-inch TV.
Okay.
And I don't need a full-length mirror.
Gotcha. So did she talk to you about those purchases? Did she mention anything to you when she did those purchases?
Yeah, she asked me if I could help her with them,
Okay.
and I of course said yes.
What do you mean to help her with them? What do you mean?
She was ordering them on the computer, so she wanted help with them.
What computer did she use?
She actually used my phone.
Your phone.
Yeah.
So you did all the transactions on the phone.
All I did was go through, and she told me what she wanted, and I said okay, and whenever it started coming up, I told her she needed to put in her numbers, her account numbers and all this other stuff. I had her do that, and when she did that, I told her, I said, okay, if you're done, hit continue. I didn't watch her do it, so I just told her when she got done to hit continue, and when she got done, she said okay, and I said, have you reviewed the order? She said yes. I said okay, hit continue, submit, or whatever. She did, and confirmation came up. And that was it. But it was not for me. I just helped her with it.
The way she says, it actually was from my phone, was so smug. It seems like she's saying, you can't prove it was me because I very well could have been helping my mom purchase this. Well, guess what? The prosecutor is going to tell the jury to follow the story that makes sense. Daughter uses mom's credit card. Mom gets mad at daughter, potentially kicking her out. Daughter kills mom in anger, then tries to take her money to restart her life, while at the same time conjuring up a lie about her mom moving to another state with a stranger with no communication. Your story is nonsense, and I'm shocked you really thought it would hold up in any way.
Because, I'm taking my 42-inch TV with me, so I don't need a 50-inch. I don't need jewelry, and I don't need a full-length mirror. These are things that I don't need, nor do I want.
Okay. What else did she buy? Has she made any other purchases other than that? Other than those purchases?
Not that I'm aware of. I've got some stuff that I'm saving that I haven't bought yet from Walmart, but it's for bedding.
Okay.
But I haven't bought it yet, but
around what
that's
time
going
was
to be
that?
for me.
Around what time did you guys make those purchases? Around what that time? When? And what day?
Friday or Saturday?
Around what time?
I don't know.
Was daylight still out? Or was it dark?
I believe it was daylight.
Okay. Before dinner? After dinner? Before lunch? After lunch?
I would say after lunch. I don't wear a watch, and I don't really,
Okay.
I don't pay.
But you gotta watch on your phone. It seems like you always have a lot of time on your phone.
But my phone is, I don't always have, my phone is normally dark.
Well, it sounds like you're always on the phone. You use your phone a lot.
I do, but I don't always
It just the thing I don't
look
understand is
at it.
like she has a perfectly capable computer at her house, and then you guys use your phone.
Yeah.
to make such a big purchase?
We've done that before. I mean, we've sit in her TV room and doodlings a lot of different things on my phone. She likes my phone. I mean, it's nothing unusual. It's faster than the one that's in there because she hates how slow it is. And it's nothing unusual about it. Anytime I make purchases, I use my phone.
How about the laptop? Her laptop.
Judy bought her that laptop. I actually thought she had it with her because she's normally in the TV room, and the detective is the one who found it underneath her bed. I didn't know that it was there at the house. I thought she had it with her. But that's something that Judy bought her. I don't have anything to do with the laptop.
Okay.
I know she doesn't like the laptop because it has Windows 8 on it, and she hates Windows 8. She refuses to use it.
But she has like an iPad or a tablet, anything like that?
It was the little one, an iPad.
Okay.
Yeah. She has one of those. It was also with the laptop. I thought she had it with her because that's normally in her TV room. That's the reason I thought she had it with her. But he found it under her bed. But again, that's something that she does.
Okay.
And I think that's just mainly got like books and solitaire or stuff like that in there.
She knows how to use that pretty good? Understands it pretty good? Or no? No. She even needs to like to turn her on?
She doesn't like turning either one of them on.
Oh, wow. Gotcha.
I mean, she hates Windows 8 that much. I don't think I've seen her use the laptop and
Wow.
the iPad, or did Judy bought her. I haven't seen her use that since probably the beginning of the year.
Wow.
She doesn't like it. I mean, and she's not going to tell Judy her feelings. I did think she did take it with her, but
You've been completely sincere with me this whole time?
yes, sir.
I know we cleared up some stuff that was kind of cloudy before,
Yes, sir, I am.
and you put it on the table.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. And you swear that everything you have told me has been the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You swear?
I swear.
Okay.
Hand to God. If I can help my mom, technically, I always have. I try to teach her. I write stuff down for her. But when she gets overwhelmed, I'm like, Mom, here, just let me do it. You tell me. But when it comes to the numbers and stuff like that, you need to put this, and this in. And just hit continue or submit, whatever it says. And then we go from there. And then that's it. And then I keep her updated. But there is no jewelry I need. I do not need a full-length mirror. And I have absolutely no use for a 50-inch TV when I have a 42-inch TV that I'm taking with me.
Did you guys pick it up already? You guys
No.
got delivered to the house already, or
She requested for it to be delivered.
when it gets there? Do you know?
I don't know what date she picked.
No. Okay. I'm gonna throw something at you right now. I'm gonna share this with you, okay? What do you think happened to your mom?
I don't know.
Do you think she's with Rose?
I want to believe she is, yes.
Okay. You said that you want to believe that she's with Rose, so that means that you don't believe she's with Rose. What are you thinking right now, other than You want to believe that she's with Rose?
I want to believe with Rose because if she's with Rose, then she's okay. If she's not with Rose, then my fear is...
What's your fear?
she's not okay. And I don't want to think that.
In what way that she's not okay?
Somebody's hurt her. Somebody is hurting her. Somebody is holding her and not letting her go. I don't know. That's the reason I want to believe she's with Rose and she's okay. And that y'all are going to bring her home. I don't want to think of the other things. It's too hard for me to think of the other things. I want to have faith and I want to believe that she's with Rose and y'all are going to find her and bring her home safely. And stand her in our living room so me and my sister can go, you scared the hell out of us. Don't ever do it again. That's what I want to believe. I don't want to believe anything else. If I believe anything else, I'll curl up into a ball and never stop crying. That's why I'm not
And you don't know where your mom is at right now. You have no idea. You know you will tell me, right?
Yes. If I even had a clue or hint or anything, I would tell you in person. I would ask you to send everybody to go get her. I have absolutely no idea. I wish I did.
Well, we'll define your mom. She's been at the house the whole time.
My mom's been at the house the whole time.
But she's dead.
What?
Your mom been at the house this whole time. And she's dead. She passed.
No. No, 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 no!
She's been in the backyard the whole time.
No! No!
This is the fakest compassion gesture I have ever seen. Like, he knows she's BSing, but still has to seem like he believes her story, so he fakes compassion. But she's also faking her reaction because she's the one who buried her mom in the backyard, but she thinks she can still fool the detectives. It's just a game of who can be outfooled.
buried in the backyard.
No.
She was buried in the backyard the whole time.
No.
And flowers placed on top of her.
No.
There's no reason for me to lie to you, Amy.
No.
Telling you the truth.
Where in the backyard?
Your mom is passed, died, is dead,
No.
and was buried in the backyard of her own house.
No.
And then they put flowers, not just natural flowers, fake plastic flowers on top of her with fresh soil to make it seem that it was a nice, beautiful garden. Who will do that, something like that, to this sweet old lady? Who will do that to her? She didn't deserve it.
No, she didn't. I don't know. I don't know. She didn't deserve that. My mother was a Christian woman. She's a good woman. She did not deserve that. No.
Firstly, if she was crying real tears, that napkin would be in shreds. There is no way I should still be able to audibly hear the crinkling of it. Second, ma'am, on what planet do you think a police officer would talk to you in this manner when your family member has died if you are not the suspect? This is so callous in order to elicit a reaction out of her. And yet she continues to try and cover for herself and buy herself time to think by fake crying. It's honestly pathetic.
My mom is not gone. Please, God, please tell me she's not gone. No. What happened?
Still trying to figure out.
She was buried,
She was buried.
and they put flowers on top of her. My mother didn't deserve that. She's nothing but good to everybody. I need you to help me understand.
I'm trying to understand it myself. That's the reason why I'm trying to talk to you. For you to be able to tell me without holding anything back and be completely truthful and to figure out what happened to your mom. What's the reason why this happened to your mom?
I don't know of any reason why this would happen to my mother. My mother has never done anything to anybody for them to do that. I know you've never met my mother, but she has never done anything to anybody for them to do that to her. She is a decent, good Christian woman that would give you her shirt off of her back. There is nothing she wouldn't do for her friends. My mother didn't deserve that, and there is nobody that I know that would do that to her, or would have any reason to do that to her. I don't know anybody she's made mad. I don't know. I don't know.
Now you understand why it was so important for me to confirm and reconfirm where you've been, who you were with, stuff like that.
You thought I did that to my mom?
I'm not saying that you did it to your mom. You just, this how severe this investigation, how deep just got into right now. I'm trying to cover all my tracks. Every entrance, every exit, every window, every crack, everything of this investigation. You understand what I mean? And that's the reason why I'm asking you to be completely truthful with me and tell me where you were, who you were with, you know, what time was this, what time was that.
I understand.
They just went from a missing person investigation to a homicide, to a murder.
I understand that.
She is shutting down here because the police have found the body, so now there is no missing person to search for. But now it becomes clear she is the suspect, which honestly she should have realized all along. There's no way a detective is going to find your missing relative deceased and then wait 3.5 hours to tell you, unless you are a suspect. I wonder if they'll be able to get her to open back up, or if she's just going to stay shut down.
This went from another human being taking the life of another human being. A homicide, a murder.
My mother has never done anything to deserve somebody doing that. She doesn't know anybody capable of taking another life.
Where's the bank card that you used yesterday to withdraw the money?
It's at the house.
Where's that at the house?
I believe it's in my purse.
Is it in your purse? Yeah, that bank card has your mom's name on it?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever taken money from your mom?
No. Never.
Have you ever taken advantage of your mom, income, situation, knowing that your mom, you know, loves you very much, babies you a little bit more than your other siblings, and you use that to take advantage of her?
No.
Because for me, I know me growing up, you know, I knew what kind of face and what kind of excuse to tell my parents
No.
for them to buy me stuff.
No. I wouldn't do that to my mother. She means too much to me. My mother has always been there for me. I wouldn't do that to her.
You guys ever argue about money? About finances?
No.
Accusing mom you spending too much money, Amy you spending too much money.
No. We never did. What's your name? It's like a worm you just died. I have absolutely no idea what's doing right now.
They use your other part to help me. To be able to understand this, Amy.
I don't even understand this. How can I help
What
you?
person took out the time and energy to hurt an innocent older female who loves her daughter very much, her daughters. I know she loved her other daughter.
Yeah,
How many kids she has total? How many?
2.
Two. Who loves both her little girls very much. Will do whatever she can for her daughters. And this is the way that her life ended.
I don't know.
Hurt and buried in her own backyard. And then put soil on and then fake flowers. And really, damn, and somebody really thought this through.
I don't know. I don't know.
But then the thing is that they thought it through, but then just forgot a couple of legal details. That person thought that he or she thought of everything, but left a couple of details out.
Well, that's a good thing, right?
Very good thing. Because that's when the forensic part opens up, the evidence part opens up.
Right.
We'll be able to put everything together
Right.
and put that puzzle together.
Right.
Understand?
That's a good thing.
Very good thing.
But I don't know anybody that would do that. And I'm certain my mother doesn't know anybody who would do that.
Just trying to figure this out.
I understand.
That's what we're trying to do.
I know.
He is so agitated with her. Sir, control your shaky leg. It is annoying.
How about Carrie? Think we will do anything like that?
God, no. There's no way. Carrie loved my mother. He's the type of person, he can't even stand, if he sees a man yell at a woman. There is absolutely no way, no. Not possible. I wouldn't be around somebody like that.
Going back to the purchases at Walmart. You stated that you help your mom purchase those things to do the transaction online. You said that she wanted the items to come to the house, be delivered to the house, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you have no idea when they're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is your phone showing that you've been tracking the packages?
I haven't been tracking the packages. You have my phone. You have my phone since yesterday.
Okay.
How could I be tracking the packages?
I don't know. That's what your phone's showing.
There's no way for me to track the packages. You have my phone.
Okay.
I can't track those packages. Not if you got it. I haven't been in the house. You got my phone. There's no way for me to track the packages.
He obviously means before they took your phone, you dingbat. Her reasoning never actually makes any sense. Just talking out of her ass is a distraction from having to actually answer the question.
I mean, does that make sense?
I just give you the facts what your phone shows. You understand what I mean?
But
I just give you the facts of what your phone shows.
Does that make
You
sense?
understand what I mean? I'm just saying. I just give you the facts
I
of
understand.
what your phone shows. That's all.
I know, but what
You
my
know?
phone is showing is I've been tracking the packages. You've had my phone. I've not been allowed in my house. I haven't had my phone. I still don't have my phone.
The tracking shows that the last time your phone went into the website or tracking the packages was on the 20th before law enforcement was contacted.
No.
Okay. I'm just giving you the facts
Okay.
of what your phone states.
Okay, but no.
You understand what I mean? It just,
I understand.
I'm going based on what your phone says.
I understand, but no.
Okay?
I can tell you flat out, no. There was no reason for me to track them. Unless she asked me to. And obviously she didn't. So I would have no reason to track the packages. They weren't mine.
It's so weird. Your last phone call, oh, actually somebody heard your mom was at 8 o'clock on Saturday, which that was the 19th. And then, somehow, nobody had heard from your mom since Saturday night. And then all of a sudden, mysteriously, in your phone shows that somebody mysteriously tracked the package or the order that your mom made either Friday or Saturday that you said that you helped her with that purchase. And like you just said right now, that you only will track the package if your mom will ask you to do it. Am I right or am I wrong? Is that accurate or that's not accurate?
Wait a minute. Okay, so you're saying that my phone is showing that the package was...
Everything on phones shows a timestamp. What I say is date and time.
I understand that part.
Okay, the timestamp that shows the last person that went into the website trying to track the package was on the 20th. It shows the time before law enforcement was contacted. So that was before we made contact with you and your sister.
That was not me. I can tell you that was not me.
And then right before that, right now, you say that you will not track it. You'll not be tracking the package on your own unless your mom will ask you to do it.
Right. That's how I know it was not me.
See how quickly he took her previous statement and used it to confront her immediately after? This is how innocent people get blindsided too. Something they say gets used back against them and pushes them into a corner, so now they have to defend themselves from it. It's hard to recognize and not fold into it when actually in the interrogation room. Always ask for a lawyer.
She made the order, and that was.
Amy,
I know where
let's be sincere with each other. Listen to me. Bottom line right now. Bottom line right now, Amy. Right now, Amy, your mother was murdered. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
I know that.
I'm asking you some simple questions that I got the facts to follow to be able to sustain it, and you still lying to me.
I'm not lying.
How about a simple question?
I have not tracked the package. Did I go on Walmart's website? Maybe. But did I track the package? No. I could have gone on Walmart's website. It's not unusual for me to do that. But did I track the package? No.
Your mom was murdered in her own house, wrapped up in garbage bags, and buried in the backyard.
I don't need to know this.
And then they were decent about it to put soil, fresh soil, and then put some flowers on it, on her grave. The person who did that has more than enough time to do and plan this. The person who did it had a reason why to do it. Your mom wasn't picked randomly. She was targeted. And the person who committed this knew your mother. And your mother knew that person. Your mother found something out about that person and confronted that person. And this is what happened. This is the result of that confrontation. That person knows that time is on their side and took their time to clean everything up, wrap your mom's body in plastic garbage bags, go to the backyard, dig a hole,
Please.
drag your mom's body
Stop.
to that hole,
Please stop.
and bury her. And probably out of respect, let's put some fresh soil on it and some fake flowers, some plastic flowers on it. Amy, you gotta talk to me, Amy. You have to talk to me, Amy.
I didn't have anything to do with that.
You have to talk to me, Amy.
I'm talking to you. I did not have anything to do with that.
You need to stop talking. You need to stop lying. You need to stop telling me everything that you know. And you need to be completely honest with me, for the sake of your mother, Amy. For the sake of your mom. Now is the time, Amy, that you know that mom is not going to come back home. You have an opportunity to stop being honest with me and fix things up. And be completely honest with me for us to be able to do our job. That's the only thing I can tell you, Amy. That's the only thing I can say.
I don't know anything. any of that. I don't know anybody who would do that. I certainly wouldn't do that, especially to my own mother.
I have people sit in this same chair
I know.
telling me the same thing.
I
Amy.
know. I know.
And you can't even be sincere with me about some other questions that I have asked you. I had to give and more and put more on the table for me to be able to get it out from you.
I had nothing to do with what happened to my mother. I don't know anybody that would do that to my mother. I do not have a confrontation with my mother. I would benefit none from this. At all.
You got access to her bank account. You got access to her financial situation. Credit cards, bank accounts.
If she's dead, no, I do not. My sister does. My sister has control over everything.
Thank you for that, Jem. You basically just told the jury why you took so much money out of your mom's account. You took $2,500 in a mobile check, $369 for a plane ticket, $400 in cash from her account, and over $1,030 of stuff purchased from Walmart. Now that we know your sister gets it all when your mom dies, it makes sense you needed to rush to buy everything after you killed her.
Well, you took out money,
With her permission.
took $2,500, paid for
She
the higher
did it.
trip, took, I don't know, another $600 two times through the year, another $400.
That she gave me.
You know what I mean?
She gave me that.
And now you're sitting me here that your sister is the one that got all the benefits of it?
She has and according to what Mom has set up, Judy does the financial power of attorney, all that stuff. Not me.
Interesting. Very interesting.
But I had absolutely nothing to do with what happened to my mother.
Very interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Just look at all the money spent this last week. All the money spent on this last week. Money taken out of our account on Sunday, which I had to confront you about it. Because you would not tell me about that. You told me from the beginning that you went from the house to Westgate to meet whatever her name is and come back straight home.
And I told you why.
Yeah, I know.
And I had her permission to do it.
But then after that, you finally came out. Then you left the house, made a right on 192, made a U-turn, stopped in front of the junkyard, talked to Marie for I don't know how long. Then you went to the bank. Then when you went to the other storage place, then you went to talk to the lady or something like that, and then come back home. It's not. You had control over her finances. You had control over email. You had control over credit card. You had control over debit card. You had control over bank checks. You name it. You had an open book of your mom. Finances.
I didn't have control over her her checks, or I don't have her credit cards. GM up, they'll be canceled. So I don't know where you think I have control.
Before you went to Gainesville on Saturday, did you stop at any gas station?
No.
Here in town, in St. Cloud? Kissimmee? Okay.
I'm not lying to you. I'm not.
There's some stuff in your story, Amy, I'm gonna be completely sincere with you, that is still a little bit cloudy and fuzzy to me.
Okay.
Just,
Tell me what's cloudy and fuzzy.
there's no reason from the beginning for you to hide all those things from me. I've been throwing you, the whole time we've been sitting here today, I've been throwing you facts at you to try to confirm where you've been, where you haven't been. And when I give you almost the whole thing, that's when you go, cling. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I stopped at that place. Stop at that place. Yeah, I did this. I did that. How do you think that made me feel? What do you think makes me feel, questioning myself? I want to trust Amy. I want to believe her. But I can't.
It puts doubt in your mind.
And then I get hit. It feels like a baseball bat right to my chest while they found the house. How about you, Mom?
That makes sense why he's so angry with her. He knows she killed her mom, and he has been searching for her mom, hoping to bring her home alive. So to find her dead and be able to confront her killer, I can see why it's so hard for him to hide his anger towards her. I'm honestly surprised he managed to touch her arm at all, as light and brief as it was. This would be a tough interrogation to control your feelings in. Also, he's using silence to create uncomfortability and try to get Amy to say more incriminating things.
I stood on that back porch not knowing that she was there. How do you think it makes me feel?
When you were standing on that back porch.
I was smoking a cigarette
When?
on Sunday
What time?
after my sister left. I went outside, smoked a cigarette, and I was staying there, and I had no idea she was there. How do you think that makes me feel?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm being completely open with you.
Horrible.
Say,
I was standing here smoking a cigarette, and I had no idea that my mother was in the backyard, dead, buried. And
That's awfully easy for you to say with no emotion after just finding out that your mom is dead. That would be a hard sentence to actually say if you only found out minutes ago. What a short denial phase as well. All of this is painting a pretty solid picture of the fact that you knew your mom was already dead.
then I went inside, laid down, and took a nap. While my mother was laying in the backyard, buried.
Ron, what time was that? That your sister left?
Do we have to ask her? I don't know.
How long do you
12:30, maybe.
how long did your sister stay at the house? From the time she got home?
Joy was supposed to call at noon. By 12:15, she hadn't. So my sister left between 12:15 and 12:30. After she left, I stepped out and smoked a cigarette. Went back inside, changed clothes, and laid down, watched 10-15 minutes of TV, and fell asleep, and woke up to Judy hollering my name with the law enforcement officer. And I didn't even look at what the clock said, I just jumped up real quick. I thought they had found Mom. That was my first thought. That they had located her.
Again, who would do something like this? That's the question everybody's asking, Amy.
An animal. A sadistic animal.
Somebody you think that has some psychological, some problems or some emotional problems, you think?
Could.
I don't
know what a person thinks or what goes through their mind when they do something like that.
Based on my training and experience, Amy, as a law enforcement officer, as a police officer, in every situation where somebody gets hurt, where somebody argue or somebody fights, that's the way three saw each story. It takes two people for something, most of the things happen. Then you got one story that belongs to him or her, and another story that belongs to the other side, and right in the middle, when something happened, which the middle one is the real one. And that if there's any other witnesses or any video to prove, the only person that knows is God. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
And in life, everybody makes mistakes. We're human beings. We're not perfect.
Murder is not a mistake.
You understand what I mean? Well, there's some things in life, emotionally and mentally, that takes over, that blinds people. Follow either an argument or a disagreement. You know, somebody getting caught doing something they're not supposed to be doing to behind somebody else's back. Somebody got jealous. Somebody, you know, that heat of the moment. Somebody bump into somebody else or something that will take that person to the edge for that person to take those horrible actions and hurt a human being, which sometimes end up taking that person's life. The good thing about life is that life always gives you a second chance. And God always forgives. And it's up to that person to take that opportunity to make things right, to clear their mind, clear their conscience, and take that evil or whatever thing inside that is carrying them out, holding them back from keep moving forward to be happy with life. However, that person needs to make that decision, needs to take that road to stand up and say, here's what really happened. We got into it. It was an argument, stuff like that. I lost it. Blah, 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 blah. You understand what I mean? Then when I noticed, I freaked out. Based on my training experience, always ends up like that, most of the times. It's up to that person to take a stand, make that decision to come out with the truth. Now, I'll tell you this one out. I have seen the change in people. The relief. They feel forgiven. Not just by just God, by the person they hurt, by the family members. But if that person doesn't forgive themselves and take the opportunity to make things right, I think it's too late. It's too late. That person has one more opportunity to make things right. If that person doesn't take the opportunity, that's up to that person.
He's using a good mix of tactics here. Starting with people make mistakes, it was the heat of the moment, or anything else you can blame it on to make it not be the suspect, as a crutch for the suspect to hold on to. Then you apply pressure by saying there is a time crunch on doing the right thing, in which the right thing is confessing. Finally, he allows enough silence to give the suspect just enough time to think, but not enough time to build back confidence to come up with another lie. Also, using that person as a third-party neutral so it doesn't seem like an attack against the suspect. All good tactics.
But that person cannot later on turn around and say, I never had the opportunity. That person can never deny, I never had the opportunity to tell my side of the story. Say, this is what really happened. It took me this, I got this emotion and stuff like that. It took me to the edge.
Okay.
The only thing I'm telling you, Amy, is that I need for you to start being honest with me. There's still a couple blank spots that are blank that you haven't been completely truthful for me.
Which are?
Where you been the whole weekend?
Saturday, Chiefland. Sunday, here.
Okay.
Sunday night, here. Literally, in this building.
Mm-hmm.
And at my dad's. Friday, I was at home.
And you did tell me that you received phone calls from your mom on Saturday night, right?
One.
Okay, a phone call. And it was after what, 8:30 you said?
No, it was between 8:20 and 8:25.
Okay. And then, what I could recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, you also stated that you attempted to call your mom.
And because she
Tried to get in contact with her, but you said that it will say, will not ring, it will say, this caller doesn't have voicemail set up and you can leave a message.
Correct.
Okay. And how many times you tried to call her back?
Once.
Once. And that was Saturday night.
Yes. And once it said that, I mean, I know that my sister tried throughout the night, but if the mailbox isn't set up, it's not set up. So,
Okay.
the only thing I could hope is that she would call.
Gotcha. All right. I'm gonna step out real quick, all right? I'll be right back.
She is so aggravating. Well, if it's not set up, then it's not set up. Yeah, but what if your mom happened to get it charged and the call went through? Like she's really trying to say there was nothing more she could have done. This is the end of the interrogation by this detective. In part 3, Amy gets interrogated by 2 more detectives separately. That video will be coming out next week. Huge shout out to our Patreon producers, Jason Harrison Taz, Skylar James Wicker, and The Endless. I just want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon members, as you make it possible for me to upgrade my equipment and provide lots of great ideas for next videos. Thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe for more interrogation breakdown and true crime videos to come. Thank you, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day.